Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Listen, this episode was so good. It was good, y'all. Episode 2, Real Housewives of Miami. Miami takes Milan, or Miami in Milan, or whatever that episode was called. Baby, I took some notes. Hopefully I stick to the notes. Let's go. The show opens up with Jody, Lisa, and Adriana talking about her new man. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in Adriana's new man because if you didn't see my last video, I think he is so uncomfortable. I'm not saying he's a paid actor. I'm just saying it looks new. It looks new for her to be bringing him on the platform. That's it. So I don't care. Larsa and her son Preston are getting ready to fly to Milan so he can walk in the fashion show where Lisa will be also. Julia and Alexa go to Pilates and recaps what happened at Lisa's party. Julia, I don't like how you're treating Jody. Due to the whole Zoom thing you're talking about and what she did, what about what you did? Like, if Jody is your friend, why would she have to go fetch the information? Why couldn't you just tell her, like, you were already, like you said, your hands were full, so you was using your voice anyway. So why couldn't you just say, hey, by the way, yeah, my hands are full because I just adopted 2 new boys. That's what I was trying to say on the Zoom. It should be coming out soon, but yes, we're excited, blah, blah, blah. Like, I hear what you're saying, but you got to understand Jody too. And then why you giving her so much flack? See, this is me not sticking to my notes. Why are you giving her so much flack? Didn't you go with this? Didn't you go through this, like, with your wife, Martina? Because she was fighting, like, battling cancer as well, which is why she couldn't make the party. And then you said Jody said she would go in your place for you, because I'm pretty sure you was like, oh my God, I really don't want to go by myself. And Jody volunteered to go for you, and then you left her alone. Like, you're trying to call out Jody being a bad friend, but it sounds like you're a bad friend. And it don't sound like you're a friend to Jody. So I'm team Jody on this one. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care what you're saying. You left her at that party to dine alone. I told you, Alexia. I told you Alexia was hush-hush about what's going on with Ty because she don't know what he want to do. She still wants her marriage. It's up in the air for him. Okay, so because she can't read it, she don't really want to say. She really don't want to speak on it because she don't know what he gonna do. It's already been 5 months and she is still unclear on where he stands or where she stands in his life. Lisa and Larsa lands in Milan at the same time. They were on the same flight. They say they didn't exchange pleasantries, and now they got a ride in the same car. I'm pretty sure this was arranged by production, but let me just say, me and Lisa both said awkward at the same damn time. And let me tell you something. Just because the car was arranged, that don't mean you had to get in the car. If I'm not fooling with you and I don't want to mix my energy with your energy, I don't care if a car was arranged. I would have been like, oh my God, I don't think with her luggage and mine that we can share the same automobile. So we're just going to get a town car, or we're going to rent a car, or we just going to take an Uber, and I'm going to just meet y'all. But thank you. Thank you so much for the hostess. And I'll probably send like some apology flowers or something. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not sharing no ride if I don't have to, especially with somebody I'm not vibing with at the moment. So that's why I think it was set up by production, because they again talking about the party and they started arguing. Larsa is basically saying, you know, Marcus is not really y'all friend. He's y'all friend through me. And now that me and him are no longer dating, y'all shouldn't be friends with him anymore. So why are y'all not choosing me? Lisa also try to be like, hey, look, I can't do this right now. My dad is in the hospital. It's like she tries to gain some sympathy from Larsa, like explaining to her what else she's juggling on top of the market situation. Like, you talking about a breakup. I might be losing my father. So Larsa in return say, well, why are you here? Why you ain't with your daddy? You shouldn't have come. Now, I could say something, but I already told y'all last episode, Larsa is nobody's friend. Larsa is nobody's friend. And she might can say, well, if these are his last precious moments, you know, I would be there for my dad. We don't know the type of relationship Lisa had with her dad. It could have been an abusive one, for all we know. Whatever it wasn't conducive enough for her to stay in that household. She left when she was a teenager. That says a lot. So we can start there. So if you grew up having a healthy relationship with your father, you probably cannot compare the two. And maybe, like Lisa says, she created a new boundary where I can reconcile with my father. I can forgive my father, but I also got to love him over there. I also know that I have to have boundaries with this parent. I can let him in, but not too in. You see what I'm saying? So if you can't relate, of course, you're going to sit here and say this. And plus, y'all are not in a good place. So it's not going to be easily received. And you're not her friend. It's evident throughout this episode. I'm sorry. I don't believe you are her friend. I don't believe you're anybody's real friend, if I'm being totally honest. Gertie and her husband, Russell, goes to the plastic surgeon to follow up on her breast reconstruction. And I almost cried listening and watching this conversation between Russell and Gertie because I see both sides. It's like Gertie wants to feel good about herself. She says she gained weight. She had multiple surgeries. She'd been through a life-changing event. Her body changed and she just wants to feel like herself again. She wants to get that confidence again. She wants to do this for her. And I feel like Russell, like, I understand what you're saying, but I see my wife in pain and I can't do nothing about it. And I don't want to lose my wife over a vanity surgery when I already risked her life for the cancer. So I see both sides, and it's like, oh my God, I almost wanted to cry, y'all. I almost wanted to cry because it's like, I feel like that's what Russell's saying. Like, I love my wife. I can't imagine living without my wife. And every time she has to go to surgery, it's literally a gamble on her life. And I don't know if she's going to come back to me. And that's not a life I'm willing to have. Especially not right now. And then when she survives, she's in so much pain and there's nothing I can do but be there for her and watch her go through it. So I see nothing but protection from Russell. And I just think, man, that's an absolute blessing. That's an absolute blessing. Congrats to you, Gertie, for that. And that's just amazing. That's amazing. Marisol and her husband is having a date night at the house and they're discussing getting married, legally married. They want to make it legal. And Marisol is also venting to her husband about how her friend is when she is with this man versus being without this man. Let me tell you something. I learned my lesson many times over. Like, I cannot tell the whole complete truth to my friend about they man because they'll never be able to receive it as far as like this situation. You see what I'm saying? So, and when a friend is going through this, all you can do is just be a bending ear. Dead seed. Because that's all she calling you for anyway. She really don't want no advice. She don't want to leave her man. And if she do, let her figure it out. Let her get that clarity moment. You can't point it out. You can't. You can advise cautiously. Because too many times a woman will forgive the man, but she won't forgive the friend. And here you are losing a friendship behind this man that she probably gonna leave eventually. So yeah, just let her go through that and just let her be that Affleck moment. And yeah, that's yeah. Yeah. Larsa, I have a question for you, baby. You say you would do anything for your kids, and you know, if they want to be a model, you're gonna support them being a model, and if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't have this gig. Why didn't you make sure he got coaching? You know they have a runway coach, right? You should have made sure he did some classes and some coaches. He should have went to the Bailey studio in Atlanta and went with Cynthia. You could have called Cynthia. Don't you know Cynthia? You could have called somebody to get him to work on his walk. Because I ain't going to lie. Yeah, he did do good at the end, but it seemed like it was all over the place when he did the practice walk or whatever and whatnot. Especially because it's being his first show. Like, come on, you should have made sure he was well prepared for it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. A stylist, just something. Just some coaching. That's it. I'm glad the director or the showrunner or whoever he was, he could have been the owner. I have no idea who he was. I'm sorry, y'all. But I'm glad he gave him some cool pointers and some lessons. But again, I feel as though all this should have been learned prior to coming over to Milan to walk in the show. If Larsa would have been more proactive as a parent and got him a stylist or maybe a runway coach, I know she can afford it. Larsa, if you can say you and Lisa are not friends after 15 years of friendship and after one disagreement, again, over a man you not even with no more, nobody you was ever married to, no baby daddy, none of that. Y'all was never friends in the first place. Y'all was never friends in the first place. Alexa, Marisol, Kiki, and Julia meet up for dinner. And wait a minute, is that true? Hispanic men don't get circumcised? Is that true? Have y'all ever been with an uncircumcised man? Did y'all like it? I have. It's not for me. It's not for me. And then Marisol was trying to, like, she was trying to make it seem like it was good. Baby, that ain't good. Listen, look, to each his own, I guess. But to me, that ain't good. Okay? Because if you don't clean yourself properly by pulling all that foreskin back, you know a male can get a yeast infection for not cleaning himself properly if he's uncircumcised. And then all that lint. Baby, who want to deal with that? No. Nope. Alexa gives an update on her divorce with Todd and basically saying, you know, it's been 5 months. There's no action on the case. So he basically got to shit or get off the pot. He either needs to proceed with the divorce or take it off the table. Okay? Either way, a decision needs to happen. Baby, when Alexia said it's really the control and the fact that he basically wants her to be dependent on him and his money, baby. If that ain't a narcissist, I don't know what is. And I also agree with her. Baby, that's her truth. You can't tell nobody about their own truth when they with this person that they married to behind closed doors. It's not to bash them. It's just to say her point of view on things, on who she experienced he is. I understand we as the viewers might not know it, but that don't mean it ain't true. He also admitted like he didn't like the way he looked on camera or how he was being recorded, but that's who he is. That's who he is. And then it was no accountability. Everything is always someone else's fault. When she said, I feel like I was being played, let me tell you, this is a common thread I've been seeing with all these divorcee women across all these housewives platforms on Bravo. When you come to the realization that you allowed this to happen, it is probably the most painful and the most rejoicing moment you could ever feel at the same damn time. Because now that you so removed from the situation, you realize, yes, I did allow this. I ignored so much. I ignored so many red flags. This person fed me so many lies and a fairy tale, and I chose to believe what I wanted to believe. So it's like now you rejoice because you finally come to this moment and this realization, but it's also painful because you realize it could have been avoided and it was all a lie. You were fucking robbed. And now the story that you thought you was going to have with this person is no more. It's over. It's done. Finished. Finito. And that's the part that hurts. That's the part that hurts. Because you like, I'm smarter than this. I knew better. Like all her friends said, you so strong. I can't believe you allowed this to happen. Do you know how many women hear that once they move on from a toxic or a narcissistic relationship and they friends finally tell them the whole truth? And then she's telling truth because now she no longer feels the need to protect Todd. Hell, Todd ain't protecting her. Todd is not protecting her. So why would she protect him now? Why? Come on, somebody. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Of course he wants to put it all on you. That's what they do. They cannot take accountability. It's always someone else's fault. They're always the victim. It's also true. They're a coward. It's the blame game. Oh, she filed for divorce, so in return I'm gonna do this. Manipulative. Controlling. They gotta control the narrative. They gotta put their story out before you put your story out so they could gain sympathy with an audience. It's all play, it's all games, baby. He knew exactly what he was doing. That's why he got that apartment a month prior. It's all BS. Of course they're charming, Julia. Come on, you said you dated a narcissist too. They can't let their mask slip. Hell, charming is how they got your ass. Charming is how they got you. And did Alexia say she's still attracted to him? Girl, bye. I can't relate. I cannot relate to that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And look, when Marisol said, girl, go back to being that asshole, you know how to be. When I tell you, so many people told me that exact same thing. And I'm like, you have no idea how lucky my ex is because I've been going to therapy. I have evolved, baby. I am woman. But, ooh. We are now at the fashion show. And, baby, all that shade Larsa was throwing at that fashion show. Lisa, Larsa is not your friend, baby. I wouldn't want a friend like that. I wouldn't want a friend like her. Like, not to mention she took a selfie while Lisa was doing her walk. She was loud and she was distracting. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I'm glad Lisa paid her dust and blew her a kiss. Like, what? And then y'all venting to Fabulous about each other in front of each other. He don't care. Plus, I don't care what he got to say either. Do y'all not remember what the fuck he did to Emily? I wouldn't be talking to this man. I would be nowhere near this man. I don't respect this man. And then, why y'all trying to do this to Jody? Like, are y'all trying to make it seem like he's a coke addict, that he keep doing these disappearing acts? Because it seemed like y'all building a case, and Lisa is alluding to it, but she don't want to admit it. And according to the sneak peek, it looks like I'm right, because, again, baby, I never did the white girl. I never played with my nose. Baby, I don't want that. If it's gonna make me act the way, listen, I don't want that. I'ma just stick to the lakes and the rivers that I'm used to. Okay? But baby, this was a good episode. Did y'all like it? Did y'all like it? Huh? How y'all feel about Larsa? I cannot be the only one. Larsa is nobody's friend. She's nobody's friend. I don't like it. I don't like it. And she's damn sure not a friend of Lisa right now. Thank y'all so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.